Not all people who look like humans are humans. Some of them are saints and sages, and some of them are demons or ghosts who possess the body of humans to do not good things. Some also borrow the body and do good things and be practitioners of different religious faiths to bless people. But without the Kuan method, without the real high master, their soul cannot be liberated. Just for example, like the highest spiritual leader in the Tibetan Buddhism tradition is His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. But then he has to be reincarnated again, and again. It's very tiring, okay? So sometimes even the highest Lama want to rest, but they cannot. They need a true master who came from the highest possible heavens, at least the fifth heavens, to teach them, to impart to them the energy, which we call the Kuan method in our practicing group. Many of you always ask me, why don't we make a religion out of it? I don't know if there's any help. Sometimes I think about it, but I thought we have too many religions already. Why make another one? But you're right. Maybe it could help to ease off some of the hard bureaucracy, spying or slandering. But I don't really feel sure about that. Karma changes, government changes, things change all the time. Hard to keep up. Even Buddha, he did not establish Buddhism. It just came out after his nirvana. But at that time when the Buddha was alive, many people were also against him or oppose him or slander him or wrongly accuse him, all kind of things. Like they even accuse the Buddha of making a woman pregnant until the Buddha's Hufa check her out, peel her off, and then the Buddha came out instead. She wasn't pregnant at all. She was just hired, paid to go to the Buddha's place just to injure his reputation, to slander him in public, hoping that the disciples of the Buddha would run away from him, slander him and make bad things bigger and bigger. Wow, luckily, in the Buddha's time, we didn't have internet. Yeah, we didn't have television. But they did have two-legged newspapers and network formed by group gossip. I guess in some areas they had them, but not as big and widespread like nowadays newspapers. So the Buddha suffered some, but not as much as if he were born or lived in this lifetime. And by the way, yeah, talking about the Buddha, I told you that nowadays so many so-called Buddhas are running around. But if you hear anybody proclaim himself or let his disciples or followers proclaim him to be the Buddha and make a Buddha like statue of himself or talk big or anything and saying that he's a Buddha, then don't believe it, please. One of the teachers in Qigong, he told the reporter that he eats anything. He eats animal, people, meat also, because the animal person should die at that day, that time, so it doesn't matter. Maybe so. Maybe that animal person's time is up and he died that day. But the way he's killed, murdered in quiet and dark corner of the world, nobody even pitied him at all. And he lived his life in suffering, in agony. And he died also in suffering, pain, and agony like that. If you eat that kind of meat, you will be reminded of how the animal person lived his life in pain, sorrow, suffering, darkness, and die also in pain, sorrow, agonizingly, in utmost suffering. Then I don't know how you swallow it. That is a question. It's not even about the animal people who died in suffering and pain and all like that. It's about you. Where is your compassion? How can you be so dull? I know I offended this teacher. It's very good that he teaches people to make a beautiful dance and then some movements to ease their anxiety. anything you practice, if you concentrate on it, it would help you somehow to relax and be more clear-minded. I can't remember what they call themselves. Pháp Luân Công, Pháp Luân Đại Pháp. The teacher is teaching his followers the best he knows. And that's just very laudable. It's just that if you eat animal people meat and you encourage others to eat meat and you also cover up that kind of murdered animal people and meat eating, I don't think it's correct to claim that you are a Buddha. Everything else he teaches might be correct, what he knows. But if you encourage people to go in such a killing road of murderous karma, then you will not end well with heaven and hell. There's so many teachings of the Buddhas that discourage meat eating and encourage people to be kind to animal people. The Buddha said that if you eat meat, you are not my disciple. In the Suragama Sutra and many other sutras, it also states so clearly about no meat eating. The Buddha mentioned again and again that all beings are our relatives. So are you eating your grandfather or your dead mother with the meat diet? If you eat animal people meat, you go to hell. Maximum, you will become a demon king.
Those practitioners who wish to enter the state of samadhi should first observe strictly the rules of pure living, to cut lust from the mind by abstaining from meat and wine. Ananda, if they do not abstain from carnality and killing, they will never escape from the three low worlds of existence. Samadhi means Holy Communion. Surangama Sutra.
At that time, Arya Mahamati Bodhisattva Mahasattva said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, I see that in all worlds, the wandering in births and deaths, the enlaced animosities, and the falling into evil paths are all caused by meat-eating and cyclical killing. Those behaviors increase greed and anger and make living beings unable to escape from suffering." Lankavatara Sutra.
World-honored one, people who eat meat are destroying the great merciful seed of their own. Thus the people who practice the holy way should not eat meat. Lankavatara Sutra.
The Buddha told Mahamati, meat eating has countless offences. All bodhisattvas should cultivate their great mercy and compassion so that they should not eat meat. Bodhisattvas means spiritual practitioners. Lankavatara Sutra.
Those who renounce the flavor of meat can taste the flavors of the true dharmas, truthfully practice the stage of bodhisattva, and attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi quickly. Dharma means true teaching. Bodhisattva means spiritual practitioner. Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi means supreme perfect enlightenment. Lankavatara Sutra.
Living beings are in the transmigration of the 6 paths. Being together in births and deaths, they give birth to and foster each other and cyclically become fathers, mothers, brothers and sisters of each other. They may also be born in other paths, of animal, ghost, god and so on. Whether virtuous or evil, they frequently become the relatives of each other. Because of these relationships, I see that all meats eaten by living beings are of their own relatives. The 6 paths: God, human, asura, animal, hungry ghost, hell being. Lankavatara Sutra.
If any of my disciples still eats meat, know that he is of the Kandela's lineage. He is not my disciple, and I am not his teacher. Therefore, Mahamati, if anyone wishes to be my relative, he should not eat any meat. Kandela means killer or murderer. Lankavatara Sutra.
All meats are from the filthy bodies, which are combined by pus, blood, dirtiness, red bindus, white bindus of the parents. Thus, discerning the dirtiness of meat, bodhisattvas should not eat meat. Bodhisattvas means spiritual practitioners. Bindus means bright drops. Lankavatara Sutra.
All meats are like the dead bodies of human beings. The cooked meats are as stinky and feculent as the burned dead bodies. So how could we eat such things? Lankavatara Sutra.
Meat eating can increase desires. Meat eaters are greedy. For the instinct of protecting and cherishing life, there is no difference between human and animal. For every living being, he himself is afraid of death. How could he eat the meat of others? Anyone who wants to eat meat should first discern the pain of cutting his own body, and then discern the pains of all living beings, and then give up meat eating. Lankavatara Sutra.
There will be some ignorant persons saying Buddhist precepts allow meat eating. Due to their past meat-eating habit, they said those words simply according to their own views. But in fact, Buddhas and sages have never said that meats are foods. Lankavatara Sutra.
Meat eaters have so many countless offenses. Thus, vegans have masses of countless merits and virtues. Lankavatara Sutra.
If no one eats meat, then no one kills living beings for food. The killings are for the buyers. Thus, the buying is the same as the killing. Therefore, meat eating can obstruct the holy way. Lankavatara Sutra.
At all times, all kinds of meats are inedible unexceptionally. Mahamati, I forbid meat eating not only for one time. I mean that both in the present and future, meat eating is forbidden. Lankavatara Sutra.
A disciple of the Buddha must not deliberately eat meat. He should not eat the flesh of any sentient being. The meat eater forfeits the seed of great compassion, severs the seed of the Buddha nature, and causes animals and transcendental beings to avoid him. Those who do so are guilty of countless offenses. Brahmajala Sutra, etc.
So how can anyone say he's a Buddha but not practice the basic of Buddha's teaching? Too obvious to discuss or blunderingly defend. So be wise, do not follow demons. Many religions say that if you save one animal person, it's a living being, it's more than reciting a lot of teachings and or building many temples. Yeah. But of course, not just a building and the reciting, it's your heart that has to be in it. You have to be truly sincere while reciting. Concentrate while building and have a repentant heart. Be humbly repentant and believe that you are doing good things. For the sake of respecting the saints, the sages, the Buddhas, for the sake of remembering God, that you build temples, build the churches. It's not just for other people to know and put your name on the memorial tablet in the temple or in the church so that people know you are something, that you're rich, that you're generous and make big offerings to God or to the saints and to the Buddhas. It's not the outside that counts. It's the inside. It's in your heart, in your mind, whether or not you're sincere.